in Pakistan which they've got files on to blackmail them. So with me, they only ended up with poor old Sita White. As you know, she's not with us anymore, but that didn't stop them. So I had this Babar Wari sitting next to me on television, showing the photograph. He says, look, the girl really looks like you. Admit it, she's your daughter. I was too embarrassed to say anything on television because, you know, everyone is watching. But afterwards I told Babar Wari, I said, look, Babar, if just because she resembles me, if that's the criterion, I'll take you to any town in Africa, you'll find out. So this moderate alliance, this moderate alliance, you should all feel very happy. We'll all be Itadal Pasand. You know, the words that are being used, everyone is now moderate, enlightened, everything. So this moderate alliance, the only purpose of this alliance is of course to pursue the agenda where our army at $70 million a month will become cheap mercenaries to work for the US to hunt down Pakistanis. And when Pakistanis get killed, it will be collateral damage. Women and children get killed, as you know, and as you don't know. By the way, you do not know how many women, children have been killed in this war on terror. And I can tell you that while Shaukat Aziz and Musharraf know exactly how many Americans have died in Afghanistan and in Iraq, I can bet you anything they do not know since 9/11 how many Pakistanis have died. We don't know how many Pakistani soldiers have died. We certainly do not know how many Pakistani civilians have died in this war on terror. And what is very important for you to realize is this, that the reason why we need an independent judiciary is not just to block the way of military adventurers, but actually to stop criminals from going into politics. Because it's not just that you have mega criminals like, you know, you see the Chaudhurys sitting there. You also have, in every district you have criminals sitting there. The man who got the Q League ticket to fight against me 1-to-1 in the last election in Miawali is the biggest drug baron in Miawali. And this guy was serving jail sentence when suddenly the Chaudhurys realized that this was the perfect man to fight me because he had lots of money. So you have every level, you have the system. Because the executive controls the judiciary, everyone wants to be part of the executive. Every criminal wants to be part of the executive, either to become a crook or to protect his corruption. That's why this is very important. The whole system, this whole Lota culture. Why do you have these Lotas? You have these Lotas because they have to be in power to avoid getting thrown in jail. So that's why you have this each time, you know, the bizarre scene when Nawaz Sharif was coming, it was the most hilarious time. You cannot imagine what was happening. Because when Nawaz Sharif was arriving from there, now all these Q League Lotas all suddenly got terrified because they realized if Nawaz Sharif came here, he would come into power. So now they were all sitting in balance. If Nawaz Sharif had gone out of the airport, I can give you in writing, Q League would have evaporated. All of them would have joined and leave. Because they all realized you could not be on the opposite side of the law. So you had this bizarre thing, you know, there was something very funny that happened in Punjab. Sometime back, there was Manzoor Bhattu's government, and he was the Chief Minister of Punjab. And what happened was that there was a power struggle going on. So at one point it looked as if Manzoor Bhattu was going to control the Punjab Assembly. So the whole Punjab Assembly went on that side. Then they discovered, overnight they suddenly discovered that no, Nawaz Sharif has got the upper hand. So the whole of them went on to the other side. Then they again went on to the other side when they came. So I mean, it is just this, it is a joke. How can you, as civilized people, just imagine, how can you expect this country to achieve its potential when these jokers are sitting on top? And you can only do it if you have an independent judicial system where they know that even if they are government, they can be prosecuted. That's the only way you can stop this nonsense from taking place. And that's why, remember one thing, number one thing is the fixing the judicial system. It is imperative. If the judiciary is not fixed, you can have Shaukat Aziz talk about the 7% growth rate until the cows come home. It's not going to make any difference. The country has no future. It is going to become a failed state. So the critical thing is the judiciary. Number two is the education system. We have to have an education emergency in Pakistan. This is an emergency situation now. It is a catastrophe we are heading towards. It has to be dealt with at an emergency level. We have to have one syllabus in Pakistan. If Malaysia can do it, India can do it, Singapore can do it, why can't we do it? Why do we have to have this sort of bizarre system going on, which is creating schisms in our society, divisions? There's a cultural problem in Pakistan. You have Dini Madrasa, Urdu